So and also how to um up with AI. I'm going to be sharing my whole screen and I'll be showing you how it is done in our JSM. So can you see my screen? If you can see my screen, just let me know. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually sharing my whole screen actually. So when your JSM is installed, it's required for you to go to the plugin as it was explained yesterday. Um, from and so from there you go to your plugin. You have to do your settings. That's the OSM server. You have to connect it with your OSM account and go to the plugin. This plugin now you can now install type building. So when you type building, you're going to see these tools of building tools. You're going to tick it, and also you're going to look for map with AI, map with AI. Yeah. So you're going to see map with AI version that you can download you can install the dev version, and you can also install this one too. So anyone you want to install on your end, you can easily just do that. So when that is tick, just click on download. You can just click on the download and update the plugin also. So yeah, when that is done, yeah, so when that is done, you can now update the plugin on your end. Now you can also update to know what and what. So let me not do that. Yeah. So when that is done, I think that's the only thing we'll be needing for this section. Map with AI. Don't forget map with AI and your building tools. Yeah. So when that is done, you can just click on OK. So yeah. So it's telling me this successfully done. So I can now restart my JSM. So let me just restart my JSM. So when that is restarting, we will go to our taxing manager. So this is the tax you're going to be mapping. I'll be using for the demo. And also you can just read through the instruction. We are asked to use Blink. We have to use Blink for this mapping section all through so that you can get the data from Map with AI. So, and we are going to be focusing on this. Okay. So you're going to be focusing on a building and road for this section, and also waterways. These are the types of features you'll be focusing on in our taxi manager. That's the road, the building, and the waterways. So you're going to be using the image of Blink, focusing JSM. I can just do well to the instruction is here already, and these are the contributors so far.
Mercy.
So you can just do well to just check it out.
Hi,
So
Mercy. Someone says they can't see your screen. Can everyone see Mercy's screen? I can see it.
The screen.
maybe the person network
Yes, I
or
can see.
something. Okay, I think I'm good to go, right?
Yes.
Okay, I can see it now. I can see it. It's the network.
Okay. So these are you have to read the instruction. So you are going to be using Blink throughout. So my JSM is backpacks. Yeah, map selected tag. So it's going to direct me down to my JSM. So now the interface is picked already. And now let's go to our JSM and check out the area. So this is what you're going to be seeing with our Blink imagery on our Blink imagery. So now I'm going to do a quick demo. Actually, I'm doing it already. So it's just for us to know how you're going to make use of the map with AI tools. So, no, do not forget that I've installed the plugin already. The plugin is installed while my building tools is installed already. So it's installed already. So for me to activate my the AI of the building of this area, so I'm going to come to my data, the data here. So I'm going to see map with AI. So you are going to see download data. That's Control R. You can notice the shortcut key, Control R. So that's for us to download the data. And let's try that. So I'm not going to click that yet. I'm just going to test it with the shortcut key using Control R. So let's try the Control R. So now I use Control R now. It's loading. It's connecting to the server. Now it picked out all the building footprints in that area with the imagery. I hope you can all see that. True of us. Please let's confirm that if you can see that.
We can see it.
Okay. So now we'll check this my layer. You're going to see that we have map with AI as a layer here. We have our OSM data, we have the boundary, and we have our imagery. So map with AI is this feature here, these features that are seeing. That's the AI footprint that we generated now. The OSM data, let me off this one. The OSM data is what we load our taxi manager form. That's the OSM data. So we have the boundary. So this is the boundary where we are focusing on. That's the boundary, and we have our imagery. So that's for the layer. Now we have 4 layers in this area now. So we now want to save our map with AI. We want to pass it down to our OSM data. So what you can just do is that you can just come to that same data, you get, and switch layers. You can also press Control R to switch the layers. But when you are switching layers, you're not highlighting anything here. So it cannot switch like that. So what you can just do is that you have to highlight all the feature data here. You have to highlight all the feature data here. So let's highlight all the feature data here. By doing that, highlight all, that's Control A, just like you're using your MS Word, and Control A to highlight all the words. So let us highlight all the building footprints here. So I press Control A. So now it picks what it can pick at that time. So I can also press Control 8 again to continue picking. So I'll press Control A again to continue picking until it picks all the building footprints in that area, in that my box. I think I'll pick everything. True of us. True. So I can just go back to that my data and see add selected data. That's what Shift A. Add selected data. It means that we're adding the selected area down to our OSM data. You are passing it, you are taking a data from the AI domain, you are now passing it to the OSM data domain. So that's what I just did here. So let's Control A again, Control A, and let's press Shift A to pass it down to our OSM data. So I've pressed the Shift A already. You're going to see a start button here. Yes, you switch the layer and you also pass the data to your OSM data. So that's if I off this now, we cannot find the OSM data again. If I on it, it's there. But if I go back to my map AI, let me off this one and go back to my map. Yeah, you see, nothing is here again because you move all the building footprints in your boundary down to your OSM data. So here we have it now. You see that nothing is on our map with AI again. Map with AI, nothing is there again. No data that I can click on. Nothing is there again. So I have to go back to my OSM data. Now you upload data sets. So before you upload, you have to check because it is an AI stuff. You have to check where the building is overlaying a road. Now it is a road here, and it's telling that there's building here. You have to correct that. It's not possible. You get. So you have to check where there's building. Maybe you're going to adjust it. You get. So you have to check the angles and everything. And if you find out that there's a place that the AI does not pick, like example, this area now, AI does not pick this one. You can just easily use your building tools to map it out on your OSM data area. Do not forget the layer on your OSM data layer. So before you can now map it out. So when that is done, you can now easily to now for this area now, I was able to extract 164 building here without uploading. Without uploading. So I have to share this. I hope you're all following. So if you have any question here before I push on, can you ask? Anyone? You can just mute yourself. I'm not on that same screen. Okay, let me go back. And is there any question?
Victor would
Okay,
like to
no
speak.
question. Okay, yeah, you can speak.
Sorry, good morning, everyone. Please, can you go back to the screen? Can you please take us back on the layering part that you were talking about, the OSM layer, the map AI? Can you just take us back through that again? How, which one?
Did you get the question, Mercy?
Yeah, it's I should go back to the first where I had the data from,
The second
right,
thing, the
Victor?
second thing I want you to also focus on is doing Control A is a general selection without checking individual geometry. So I'd rather you select one by one instead of selecting generally. Can you take us through that? Selecting them one by one. So at least you can check the
Sorry, I can't hear
geometry
you.
first. Checking the
Sorry,
geometries,
please, can you ask again? My network.
checking the geometries
Okay.
of each building footprint before selecting.
Of
Did
each
you hear
building,
me?
right?
Let me put it in the chat.
Hello? Hello? So can you see my screen and can anyone hear me?
So, Victor, I
Can
just
hear
sent
you,
the
but I
chat.
can't hear.
Show how
Okay,
to
I
check.
can hear you, sir.
Yeah, check each building, not a general select. Each building has to be checked.
Okay, 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 okay. Like,
Some are usually slightly off.
okay,
They're slightly off. They don't.
okay, okay.
The
Now,
predictions are not okay. So continue.
okay, okay. I will use this one I'm selecting as an example. No, this is what we generated from the map with AI. So when we down, you see that it's not even on the shadow. You can see that there's a shadow here. That's me like the building shadow, but it's not picking that with it. Like this example now, it's only picking out the where we have the building. That's what the AI picked for us. So let me check another one again. Okay, now this is an example. There's a shadow here. That's me. The sun is coming from this angle, going to the other side. So this is the shadow here. That's me. This is building here. Like, how do you just do something really quick here? And just say, okay, there's space here, and I can just easily highlight both and Control B to create that space. Oh, this one now is going to show that there's a building inside building. That's me. It's together. It's telling me that it's a multi-polygon building. So you just have to check it before uploading. And now this road that you're having, is going to generate both the building and the road. So when you're having road on building, you can just easily select that. Let me just remove this one away. So for you to detach this one now, I can easily ungroup it because they are grouped together. You just press your D to separate the node. That's to separate the node. I can just highlight it and make my shifting, adjust the edge. Let me just edit it from here and adjust it because you kind of have a building like a road. So what Victor was asking is the way I generate my data from. That's for you to have access to your map with AI, you have to go to data, you know, now from there, for map with AI, right, you're going to see first is download data. That's control out download data. So from when you download the data for your particular area, for your particular task you're mapping, you're not after downloading the data, you now select all the the building footprint. When you select the building footprint, you're not going to see this add selected data is going to be activated. It's going to be activated. So you're not going to click on this. All these ones are not really necessary. They are not really necessary. So one is just to check if it's corresponding with the image and and now select it and pass it down to your OSM data. So we can just easily check that. And when you see that all the buildings are not mapped, you can easily map that. I hope that is understood. Is there any question on that? Okay, for me now, let me just pick. Let me say no to this. Let me just upload this and check another data and do another example for. So I have to correct this one. So this one too. I have to correct this one because
Mercy, I think that's a wrong prediction.
So
I think that's a wrong prediction.
for the road, right?
Yes, that entire road.
For the road, for this particular road.
No, that section.
Okay.
That's a wrong prediction. Where is the OpenStreetMap road layer?
It's not. Let me just go back to the.
Yeah, bring in the OpenStreetMap road layer.
This.
Because these predictions at times they cover existing exactly. Okay, you can see it better now. You grade it out.
The major ones with the website, should it be deleted or should I just leave it because it was generated with AI?
Say that again.
But this one here, should I just leave it or but this one I added?
No, where's the existing OSM street layer? It's supposed to come in.
Yeah, that's what I highlighted now. That's what I
okay. That's the existing one.
That's what I highlighted now.
And
yes,
where
the one
and which are the predictions?
But this one are the predictions from the AI.
Okay, that one is definitely wrong because it cuts over. No, wait, not that one, not that one, not that one.
No, this one actually.
No,
this one.
The one at the top right.
This one.
Yeah, that one. That's wrong because it passes through over buildings and also passes over trees.
Okay.
Or what do you think? I mean, if you zoom in exactly, if you
it's
even
we
if
have
you
a field mapping, yeah.
There's no road there.
There's nothing. Yeah. No, it's when you go for field mapping, you can confirm that. Yeah. So this is what was generated from here. You can just try to avoid the road overbuilding. So because when you're trying to upload, it's going to ask you that, and I can now check on my own end if you have been building overbuilding. So now see these are the errors that generated from my validation. So we have been buildings crossing highways. I can just zoom into correct that. So now this what is an example does this, okay, and also adjust this here. So it's just like you're just doing a little adjustment of those roads So let me check the last one. Okay, I think that's corrected already. Okay, this is another one again. So that's me. This route here. Let me just adjust this part here. Okay, because I'm not adjusting all the buildings, all the roads. I'm only adjusting the node, like the point, so that it cannot be adjusting, cannot do all the mistakes. So you can just focus on those points, especially when you are editing the roads. So you can just check for another error, overlapping buildings. So you can also zoom into one. So this is an example of overlapping building. So you can just easily correct that, and also check the next one. I hope before I go check all the correction, I hope everyone understand how you can download with Map with AI and how you can switch it back to your OSM data. I hope everyone is understood that. You can just give me a thumbs up if you understood that. You can just give me a thumbs up. You can just give me a thumbs up if you understand that. Yeah, okay. One person. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. So let me just correct that. So you can also try that on your end, and if
Not
you have
everyone,
any.
not everyone did a thumbs up. Who doesn't understand?
Hello, sir.
I said not everyone did a thumbs up. Who doesn't understand? Any questions?
Okay, I think because you have to get it right here before you upload, because that's very, very important. That's very, very important, because when you upload, we are going to fish you out like, oh, you did this, and because your name is going to be on it actually. That, oh, so and so map this and all. So you have to correct everything, and you have to get it right. So if you have any questions, like anything, maybe from yesterday class, yesterday training, you can just do what to ask. We are here to answer you. Um,
Joy would like to speak.
okay, over to you, Joy.
Can you hear me? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Please, there was a part where you put building inside building that you're trying to show that there's a building inside that is not double building. I think you said multi polygon. I want you to go back on that and explain, please.
Okay. Hope you can see my screen now. My JSM screen. Yeah. So this is an example of what your question is about. So now we find out that, okay, let me use building. The way a building look like ah which building can I use that is general? You have the mapping all the buildings. No, you are mapping. Let me just delete this. Let me just delete this and delete it again. Yes. I'm delete this. So now we have this building, and in the middle we have a space. That's a shadow. That means telling us that there's a space within this area. There's a space within this area. So let me just map out this building. So now this space in this area is not mapped out. No, we can see that most building here they have that space here. They have that space, like a small shadow. That's mean there's a space within that building. There's a space within that building. There's a space within. So you just have to map another building here. You just have to map another building here. Just have to map another building here and make a selection. Now I'm mapping now. If I'm going to generate this one now, it's going to tell me there's a building inside building, but I want to get its inner circle, like an inner space within this building. I can just easily alight the two building, that's the two of them, and join them together. Like join them together that yes, the building are one. So that's me. We're having like a inner building, and an outer building. That's what it's going to tell us now. So I joined this together now using Control B. That's Control B. Now it's going to tell me that now check my change set here. My change set here. Okay, just check this one now. It's telling me that multi-polygon building, two members, the outer, we have the outer and we have the inner. That this is the inner and this is the outer. But it's telling that yes, is a multi-polygon building. So they're like together. So when I zoom in now, I'm able to see that there's a space here. Like when you zoom in to a large extent, you see that okay, all the space is covered. That's the roof of the building. But when there is space within it, you can easily map out. And don't misquote that for uncompleted building, because uncompleted building are building that does not have roof, but you can see those holes within it. Don't misquote that with a roof building. So this is now an example of it. I can see a shadow here. I can see a shadow here. So I can see a shadow here too. A shadow here. That's me. There's a now just like you are upstairs, you are able to see what is going on within the building. Someone downstairs. Just a building like that. Let me go online and look for an example. Let us go online and look for an example. Just like over okay. So I can just easily explain what the no from the top. So just to understand the okay, top view. No. Okay, when I see an image, I will send it to the group. When I see an image, I will surely send it to the group so you can just understand what I'm explaining there. When I see an image, I will surely share it to the group. I will surely share it to the group. So is there any question on that? Is there any question on that? Any question?
I understand now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Rachel would
I
like
think
to
there's a question for you at the chat box. The person asked
Okay, you can
for
just
the
help me.
control words used.
Okay. I will share a shortcut key to everyone, but you have to understand how to use the manuals first. You have to understand how to use the manual first. So when you are good with the manual, you know how it is run. You can just easily master the shortcut key. So I will share a sample of the shortcut key in our group. Yeah, when I have that, please. So you can just easily, but you have to understand how it is done by clicking the tools and all. So when that is done, you can know you are into it, you understand what to press on the keyboard. So
Rachel would like to speak.
All right. Thank you, Messi. So you made mention of uncompleted buildings. You said something about mapping
yes,
uncompleted buildings, not mapping uncompleted buildings. So how can we identify uncompleted buildings, like buildings without roofs, right? So are we to map those
yes.
types of buildings as well? Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay. What I'm actually trying to now. Okay, now let's example of the question. I think this I can't see. So you pick this one as a building, you get, because on the long run, the person may complete and may not complete it. So you just have to check that. So it's going to surely map that. It's going to surely map that building. So what I'm just saying that those inner for the inner space to map out the inner space, just like what I did here. So there are some uncompleted buildings that have shadows inside it. So you should not mistake it for an inner building or something. So that's why I explain about the uncompleted. Because there are sometimes the uncompleted is going to have some shadows inside it. So I hope that is understood. And do you want to add anything to
All right. Thank you.
my demo so far? And okay, over to you, Mr. Ayo.
Sorry,
Now,
Messi,
thinking
did
of
you say
completed
something?
Yes, I'm saying you want to add anything to my demo so far. Maybe anything
Uh,
you want to.
yes, you covered almost everything, but I also like to stress that AI predictions are not accurate. So, like in some of these buildings here, um,
And
um,
hi, Anne.
I don't know.
Why don't you switch to your own screen? You select another task and you use that to explain. So
Okay,
you can move around your mouse.
okay, okay.
So Mercy, stop sharing. Let Anne share so that Anne can visually explain what she's trying to communicate. Thanks.
Okay, so
Can we see my screen?
Yes, yes, I can
Yes.
see.
okay, so Messi has already given a brief introduction how you navigate this area, select your task and map. So I'll just select a task and map selected task. Oh, okay. So I think I didn't enable my remote control like I told you guys. Okay, okay, it's enabled. Okay. So okay.
Anne, please talk as you are doing. Talk as you are clicking. Don't assume everybody is a genius like you.
Okay, so this is still what Messi said. So this is trying to upload or download data from Map with AI, but I wouldn't need to download that because I have some examples I can give here. But I saw a lot in the one Messi used. Okay, let me use the one Messi used.
I think you can use anyone really, because the more diverse the examples that you show here, the better it will be for everybody's learning.
Yeah, it's just that the error that I'm looking for,
It's not in this one.
I haven't seen.
Okay.
So, okay, I'll give an example. In this situation, the prediction is correct. But let's say we are in a situation where the AI mapped it as a square and you download it as a square. You wouldn't have to upload it on OSM as a square. You have to make sure that you get the geometries right. So, and sometimes the AI can map 2 or more buildings as one, which is wrong. So you're not supposed to upload that as what you've mapped. So if you're using AI, you have to carefully observe what you uploaded, or rather what you downloaded, and see if it's actually what is on ground. Because that is always the problem with AI. You have 2, 3, 4 buildings mapped as one. Sometimes it maps it, outside what is on ground. Like I told you, if it's a square, it maps it as like this one here. And sometimes if it's this one here, maps it as a square. And the other one, which is very common, is mapping multiple buildings as one. So in a situation where you find yourself using map with AI, you have to be sure that whatever you're putting up as data and uploading on OSM is actually correct. Yeah, well, you can say what you want to say.
That was a mistake.
Okay, all right. So that's one of the problems of mapping with AI. I believe we've all understood what I'm trying to say. Messi, can you unlock this task?
Yes, let me press no to it and open it back.
Okay.
I've not submitted it.
Right.
Okay. So I'm on it already. Yeah, you can check it out.
And refresh the browser.
Yeah.
Yeah, refresh the browser. Yeah.
I don't want the system to take a lot of time. Okay. Yes, so in this situation, we have this example. This is not actually the shape of this building. You can see there are, it looks like 2 buildings, this and this, but it mapped it as one, which is not supposed to be so. And this one is like the highest error that I've seen here. This one. It looks like one building, but it's not one building. So you have to zoom in to know what stopped where and what started where. Let me find another one. Like this one too. It's not one building. I think it's 1, 2, 3 or something. So during mapping, zooming in is very important. so that you can have a clearer view of what you're putting up. It's still the same situation here. This is one building. This is another building. So you just have to find the balance, because AI will not predict it correctly in most cases. And here too, you have to.
Recording is on.
This is one building. This is another building, but they are very close together. But it mapped it as one. So this is what I'm trying to explain. Let's say in a situation where you're required to use map with AI, you don't just download this and just upload on OSM. That would be an error. So that's what I'm trying to.
Okay, so Anne, thanks for that. But why don't you go through the complete workflow of how to remove that prediction and map it properly? Why don't you show us that?
Okay. Yeah, I'll use this one instead of this. Let me just delete that. I'll just do everything on this interface. I wouldn't download it. Then I'll just to show you guys. So you map this as one. You zoom in and you map this as two. So you see these two buildings are now correctly mapped instead of what the AI gave. Does anybody have a question?
Adela wants to speak.
Okay, please go ahead.
So yesterday, while you were explaining the interface to us, you said we should not delete whatever has been mapped, even if it's not correctly mapped by others. That we should not delete it. So now, whenever you're trying to do this, you deleted the one that was predicted by the AI. Is this still okay?
Anyway, that's a good observation. I wanted to spare you guys the trying to adjust process, so it's not like a lot of information. So what I'm focusing on now is showing you how to map these buildings correctly. But let's say in a situation that you don't want to delete buildings, you just have to adjust. So you see what I mean?
Anne, I think you should explain the difference between deleting the prediction and deleting OSM data. OSM data is not to be deleted. But predictions can be.
And already existing data. Let's say a situation where you open a place that has already been marked. But this is just AI prediction. So let's say this situation is like
recording is on.
This situation is an already mapped area, not an AI predicted area. And because there are some projects you go to map and you see that some of the areas have been mapped. So if the person didn't get the geometry correct, you just have to adjust. So you just select this.
Sorry, I think someone else is recording, and that's why there's an echo. Can you stop recording, because I'm recording as well, and I will.
I don't know.
Recording has stopped.
Okay. So, like I said, this is not the situation here. This is just an AI prediction. But in a situation where you find yourself in an area that has already been mapped, and maybe the person did get the geometry correct, you don't need to delete it to map your own. You just adjust. And in this situation, you just highlight, select, press the S button, because it helps you to, highlight the nodes, and you delete nodes instead of the whole thing. Then sometimes when you delete, you see that the buildings are not properly squared. So you just press Q to square properly. So this is something we'll all see during the course of this mapping, but it's important that we take note of all these things because they all come together at the end. So does anyone have any question? Please, if you have any question, ask, so that you don't just go and start doing trial and error when you start mapping. Yeah, go ahead, Rachel, go ahead.
All right, please, can you take us back to where you added that map with AI right from the beginning at that on the JOSM platform where it was added as a
Yes.
plugin? I didn't
Okay,
really
so
get that.
you want to add your map with AI data, you have to come to data, then come to map with AI, then come to map with AI, switch layers.
Okay, sorry, I don't think you got the my question. At the beginning, when Messi added that map with AI as a plugin, I think I didn't get that part, please.
You come to preferences, edit, preferences, login. Do you get it now?
Okay, so preferences, edit preferences and plugin. Okay.
Then you search.
Okay.
For some reason, mine is hanging. Let's see. I already selected it, so it's not showing.
Okay.
So
just
so you come here, start, then pick it, download.
All right, thank you.
Any other questions? Do we have any other questions? So I believe everybody understands what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, Victor, please go ahead. Victor, go ahead. We can.
Quick one about the map with AI. It's a situation whereby we're trying to map a particular selected task and it's not working. Do we just go ahead to map with the normal building, just in case it doesn't show, just in case we've done all of this and we've tried to map with AI map, tool and it doesn't show? So do we just go ahead to map with the normal building and prompts and everything like that?
For that, for the project, is the project leader will decide this. Like Miss Tayo. Miss Tayo, please, can you help us with this question?
The answer is yes. The answer is yes, because the prediction is not 100%. It's going to skip, even when it has predicted some buildings, it will skip some buildings, like you saw on Messi's screen and even on Anne's screen. So as long as the building is there, completed or uncompleted, yes, go ahead and use the building tool to map it. The answer is yes. Does that, Victor, is that clear?
Yes, it is. Thank you very much.
So please ask questions. Anybody else? Okay, Adiola has a question.
Okay.
So my question is on the upload of the data. So let's assume that you logged a particular part for 2 hours, and then you're working on the JOSM, and in the long run, the 2 hours already that's already closed. How do you upload your data? And even if you upload the data after the 2 hours, is it going to reflect that you have uploaded it, or someone else would have taken up the task?
That's a very good question, because you have to be checking if when it gets to that 2 hour benchmark, it automatically logs you out. So you might be on a task for more than 2 hours and think that you're still locked in on Task Manager, but they've unlocked you and someone else has already picked it and is mapping. And because you haven't uploaded it, you have, what's that word OSM uses? Conflicting data input, because you already imputed the data, but because you haven't uploaded it, the next person that picked that project or task isn't seeing that something has been done here. So the person is also mapping and you have already mapped. So maybe you guys decide to upload almost at the same time. When the validator opens it, everything is just going to be duplicated and it's going to have your name and the other person. So it's always advised that as you map, maybe after an hour, 30 minutes, that is if the place is very dense. But if it's not, it's advisable that you just open it, do your mapping, upload it, and avoid all those conflicts. But in a situation is a dense area and it takes you to map, you have to always go back to your tasking manager to see that you're still locked in. In a situation where you have been locked out, you have to upload whatever you've mapped already before you open it again. If not, you might even lose the one you've mapped. Do you understand what I mean?
I do. Thank you. And my next question, sorry, is that after you've uploaded your data, do you just close the GOSM like that, or is there a procedure finally end the mapping on your own part?
After you've uploaded your data on JOSM, I think, and you've completed that particular task, I think you're done with
Let's say
whatever you're doing.
you're not done with all the buildings in that part, but that's where you wish to stop at that instance. So now you've uploaded the ones that you mapped already, although there are still some yet to be mapped. So do you just close the GSM like that, or is there a kind of procedure for you to end that session?
Okay, so if you have a task where you have mapped some buildings and some buildings are not yet mapped, once you upload the ones you've mapped, there is nothing else you're going to do on JOSM. The only place you come to do whatever is like here, this place. So let's say you've mapped a task and you didn't complete it, and maybe you want to go take a break or something. You don't just say, when they ask, is this task completely mapped? You don't say yes, you say no. And as you say no, it unlocks it for you to come back at a later time, or for any other person that wants to map it to have access to map. You understand what I mean?
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So just to cap, I mean, those are two very good questions. Just to add to what Anne has said, for the very first question, basically it means you need to stay within 2 hours. Once you click on the task, stay within 2 hours. Time yourself so you don't generate errors. Time yourself, like Anne said, within